The 2012-13 school year is underway, and we are thrilled to have our teachers back, our students back, and get everything happening here in the Garland ISD. Hi everybody, I'm Chris Moore, Director of Communications for the school district, and we are broadcasting to you today from the Curtis Colwell Center. And we actually have the man whose name is on the side of this building joining us today, Dr. Colwell. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Chris.
Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. As I mentioned, the first day of school's come and gone. This is one of the smoothest transitions that I've been part of since I've been in Garland. You've been in public education 37 years. Any time that you've got 58,000 students, 7,500 employees, all the parents, all the grandparents, school buses, delivery services converging back to the campus after a 2.5-month layoff, there's a lot of potential for some confusion. We didn't experience much of that this year. Is this possibly one of the smoothest starts that you've been part of?
It has been an exceptional start. And you talk about all those factors that you mentioned and throw in school construction that is taking place at Sachse High School, Rowlett High School, North Garland High School, Lakeview High School, as well as some other renovation projects across the district. And yes, it was a great start. Now, the first day or two, if you were sitting in traffic at a couple of those schools, you might have had a different thought. But from our standpoint and vantage point, and most of, I think, our students' vantage points, it's been a great start of school.
Dr. Colwell, can you hang out with us for a minute?
Sure, be glad to.
We want to come back and visit with you about this facility that your name was added to as a dedication in May. But first, we want to go to Daugherty Elementary School, where an extensive reconstruction project is underway, something that's going to reopen next summer before the start of school. Let you know what's going on over there.
And while we face some challenges this next year with moving to another campus and watching this building be constructed, it is that hope of bringing home more kids in this community and serve them that make this project exciting.
The entire board, when we talked about the concept of coming in and building a new elementary school, when we looked at all the growth in our school district in places, the board was committed to looking at where the most children were, where we could do the most good in immediate impact. And when we looked at Daugherty as our second oldest school, our oldest active school, we said there's a place, and the trustees were emphatic about, we want to build a 21st century school on the current site of Daugherty, and continue the tradition of serving the families and children in that area. And I want to publicly again acknowledge them and thank them for their vision and their work. And we're so excited about the plans and look forward to the new school.
You know, approximately 2 years ago, we discussed the possibility of how the last bond money will be spent with our construction projects. And during that time, we took a look at several factors. And one of the factors that we looked at was the density and the population in and around the Daugherty Elementary School area. We noticed that within a 2-mile radius of the school, we had approximately 2,400 kindergarten through 5th grade students that resided in this area. It's a heavily densely populated area of the Garland. It's an older neighborhood. The school, Daugherty Elementary, the original one, was built approximately 60 years ago. Served its purpose for the district for a number of years. But our sites were limited within the central area, and so we looked and considered the possibility of tearing old Daugherty down and reconstructing a brand new 2012-2013 version of Daugherty Elementary. The existing Daugherty Elementary School held approximately 400 students. The rooms were a little smaller than we normally see today with our construction, as well as it limited us with some of the things that we could do from an infrastructure standpoint, air conditioning, heating. We were maintaining an old system. So as we began looking at what we could do when we did the reconstruction of Daugherty Elementary, we looked at the possibilities in this site. Although it's small, it fit our needs for a 2-story elementary school. Daugherty's reconstruction will be done over the course of the next year. Here today, as you can see in the background, we're beginning to finish up the concrete work for our first floor foundation. After we cleared the site from the demolition, we moved in and did the grading and brought in our geothermal folks that would install our approximately 60 geothermal fields that are currently underneath this parking lot that we're standing on. The geothermal is a new, relatively new to the district. It's a air conditioning transfer type system that is more energy efficient than currently other types of air conditioning that we have. Once that water starts to travel back up, it dissipates the heat, and so the heat transfer, so instead of it trying to chill 100-degree outside, when the outside air temperature is approximately 100 degrees, it's not having to overcome that to get it down to a chilled water temperature. This building will be approximately 90,000 square feet, of about which half of it will be on the first floor. Within the next couple of weeks, we should be receiving our first steel order deliveries. At that time, they'll begin doing the steel erection, beginning with the first floor, structural slab, bringing it up, pouring that slab, and then continuing on up with the second floor, and then ultimately the roofing.
Wonderful things going on out there at Daugherty. As you can tell, when those students start school in August 2013, they're going to come back to a state-of-the-art facility, one of a kind in this district. Dr. Colwell, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, this facility, also a beautiful structure, was named in your honor this past May. Trustees voted to go ahead and put your name on the side of the building, and I know that that was heartfelt from your perspective. You were the driving force in bringing this here when you got to Garland. Talk to us a little bit about how that process came about and kind of what you envisioned when you got here and what it means to have your name on a facility that you were so involved with.
Well, Chris, it was a great honor, and it was one of the more humbling things that ever has happened to me in my life outside of being a father, is having my name attached to this facility. This is something that was part of the 2002 bond issue, and when I came here from Lubbock, one of the large needs that we had in this district was a facility to hold graduations, convocations, and other school events. And added to that was the opportunity to have something that brings our three communities together and provides a venue for not only school activities, but non-school activities as well. And that's something that's been successful far beyond what we even originally imagined and envisioned. We've had so many activities and events here, and we're hosting the University Interscholastic League State Volleyball Tournament here in November, which is a significant event, not only for this facility, but the entire area. So we're really excited about that.
You mentioned the volleyball tournament. You have a passion for athletics. You're involved on the UIL legislative sessions in Austin at the state level. A lot of our viewers may not know you were a former coach.
I was a coach, and it was a significant part of my life. I didn't say I was a good coach, Chris, but I was a coach.
But your passion for athletics is evident. You were a former football coach. We recently had a former football player, former Dallas Cowboy, who brought his company, G9 Turf Resources, out to Williams Stadium. Daryl Johnston and G9 Turf Resources recently did a resurfacing at Williams Stadium to ensure the safety levels of the turf, and our GRS TV guys were out there to capture a lot of that footage.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Daryl Johnston with G9 Turf, and we are out here working at Williams Stadium with a unique piece of machinery that we have. It's called the B2000, and what it does is it will actually extract the rubber infill on synthetic surfaces that the kids are on. So when you see those little pellets, we're going to extract all that out, take it out, brush up the fibers, and then reintroduce that. Now, here at Williams Stadium, this field is 8 years old, and the maintenance crew has done a tremendous job here with this surface, because you have Garland, you have Rowlett, you have Saxe, all out here playing on this field. You have the soccer team, boys and girls, football, drill team, band. Everybody's out here. There's a tremendous amount of foot traffic on this field. So in year 8, what we're trying to do is we are trying to increase the lifespan of this field. We're trying to make it perform better than it has over the last few years. When you first get these fields, they're in great shape. first 3 or 4 years, but what we're finding out is you have to maintain them, you have to take care of them, just like anything else. And that's a new model. There's a new dynamic going on when you talk about synthetic surfaces. And what we're doing right now is our big maintenance program. It's called the rejuvenation. We're going to use this machine, which is going to blow compressed air down into the field, actually lift those little rubber pellets up. We're going to vacuum those out through an auger into the trucks. We're going to stage it over here. We'll come back, we'll brush everything up, then we'll reintroduce that infill back in. And when you walk on it, you should notice a tremendous amount of difference. So all the kids from all those schools, all those teams that are going to be out here this fall on this field, they should notice a much different feel under their feet. And that's what the rejuvenation does. It's going to be able to reduce the Gmax on the field. It's going to give a couple of more years of good playability, good performance to this system here at Williams Stadium. And we are very, very excited to be down here. This is our first opportunity in the state of Texas to do a full rejuvenation, and we couldn't be happier to have it happen at Williams Stadium in Garland, Texas.
Former All-Pro fullback Daryl Johnson and his company did a wonderful job resurfacing the turf out there at Williams Stadium. We appreciate their efforts. Dr. Colwell, we're now inside the arena here at the Colwell Center. Example of some of the activities that go on. The recent college night, taking down the tables. Close to 3,000 students were here for that, along with their parents. That's just one of the many things that this facility can host.
And it's just a good example of the multi-purpose nature of the facility. We've just recently concluded the Healthy Living Expo, and the We the People had a huge turnout as we do that in conjunction with the City of Garland and other organizations. It was very, very successful and filled our whole facility up, because it's not just the arena, it's the conference facility as well that is used extensively.
Concourse is also used. There's not a wasted space within this building. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
Certainly going to have you back here on School Scene.
Enjoyed it.
Dr. Colwell just mentioned the Healthy Living Expo. Another healthy initiative that's going on in the school district is the Healthy School Zone. At Kimberlin Academy, PE teacher Marcy Adame has grown that effort there. It's the only school in the district to be involved in that program that's also done in conjunction through one of Troy Aikman's foundations.
Well, right now we're having a fit day. It's our day of fitness stations, so the students get their choice of climbing on the rock wall, doing resistance bands, using our new suspension straps. We also have yoga, and we also have a running station right behind me, as well as a sandbell station. So students get to choose what activities they want to do, and then they also get to use heart rate monitors and stopwatches so they can see how much effort and how much time they're putting into each of their activities. Well, we're pretty excited to be part of a Healthy Zone School and Training this year, which is presented by the Cooper Institute and United Way, and that allows us to use our fitnessgram assessments, which the students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade already do. And with this zone program, we get to also get new equipment, and I know for myself that I've got to keep motivated and find new and innovative ways to keep me healthy, and I'm passing on that to our students. We started this year with Back to Fit, which was a part of our porch party, introducing families and students to our health expectations for the year, because fit kids equals smart kids. Fit kids miss less school, they have more energy, and they're better focused and in better moods. Dr. Milligan is our principal, and she's pledging to also be a part of our Healthy Community Challenge, where she's pledging to include fitness and health tips during our video announcements.
Wonderful to see those healthy initiatives underway at Kimberlin Academy, spurred on by a very energetic PE teacher. In fact, Marcy would like to extend that challenge out to other campuses in the district and get involvement from the 3 city organizations as well in Garland, Rowlett, and Saxe. For more information, you can visit the Kimberlin website. And speaking of the GISD website, it recently underwent a redesign. Warm colors are going to be featured on the homepage, more visual elements incorporated as well, photos, videos. Our GRS TV crew recently caught up with webmaster Jasmine Preston to go over the new changes.
The last redesign of the district site was in 2006. Since then, we've had plenty of time to evaluate what was working, what wasn't working. One of the things that we felt was pretty solid was the navigation of the site, so we didn't make a lot of changes to that. But we did want to make it more visually appealing. So some of the things that we did was to make the page wider. Wider layout gives us a little bit more room. We also wanted to add some color. Nothing too glaring or over the top in terms of color, but nice, subtle, calm foundation. We wanted to add some modern touches. Basically end up with a design that was very flexible, allow us to highlight the district information and events. Adding more photos, adding more video, lots of visual appeal was definitely a goal of what we wanted to accomplish. Some other areas that we worked on were the parents and student pages. These were, in the past, really just lists of links, and we wanted to distinguish them, add some more content, and really aim them at those audiences. In terms of special audiences, another feature that we added this time was, in addition to the in Espanol page that we've had all along, we added an in Vietnamese page to the site. And these simply are just a sort of collection of the documents that we have available in those languages, and the easy access for those audiences. As I mentioned, we wanted to add more visual interest to the design. So we started off by adding a giant photo on the home page to bring in some energy and excitement there. One of the pages that we worked on was the parents page. And rather than just have a list of links, although they're there, these are quick links to those items that parents might most be interested in. We've also added an area here with some announcements and then sections that highlight different parts of the website, give them a little bit more information with links to additional information. The students page is similar, but we tried to have a different look, a little bit different feel, breaking the quick links up into categories. And then there's information here about different areas of the website, graduation course guides, planning for college, items that'll help them with planning for their future.
If you have any story ideas you'd like to share with us, email them, news@garlandisd.net. It's possible we could feature them on the new website, a GRS TV program, maybe in our Twitter feed, possibly even here on School Scene. Thank you for joining us on this first edition. We'll see you next time.